Today we're going to talk about the Meridian Star POS software delivery panel. This is a great way for you guys to streamline your operations in terms of tracking your delivery drivers, what's going in and out, and be able to also get informational reports on not only your customers but also your drivers and the overall order taking process. So going into the system, I'm going to go ahead and enter my employee code and sign on. And you'll notice here that when you sign on, you're going to see the basic layout of our POS system, which would include the commands at the top to place the order, and of course the food departments here at the bottom. So a basic order that would be rung up for delivery would be in the form of putting it through the delivery panel. You'll notice down here at the bottom we have what's called delivery. If you go in here, we have the delivery dispatch center, which you'll be able to assign drivers to particular orders and also toggle them in and out in regards to when they're in the building and when they've taken a delivery out. So getting started, what we'll do today is we're going to go ahead and ring up a delivery order. There's a couple features that we can activate for your POS, which would include tying in a caller ID function, which will allow you to identify who the caller is once they ring in automatically. If you would like to manually enter in their information, you can do it as such. So for example purposes, let's say that someone calls in and you ask them, is it for to-go or for delivery? They state that it's for delivery, and you would just simply click on the delivery button. And as you can see here in the example, there is already an existing database of customers. So if you had the caller ID function, it would automatically pull up that customer based on the phone number that showed up. But for the demo, I'm going to go ahead and manually enter in a phone number. So the customer would give you their phone number. And as you can see, it started to narrow it down. So we have Sally Green, and we can highlight her name. There's a couple things that you can do here within this delivery customer database. You can either hit OK and proceed to take her order, or you can actually utilize the More function. And with this, you're able to go in and see what Sally ordered last. This is a great tool for customer service. You're able to mention to her that she had the 18-inch pizza, the whole pie with broccoli, and you can tell her what she had on the left side, on the right side. You can tell her she had garlic knots, fried ravioli, fried shrimp, and then you can ask her if she'd like to repeat the order. If she would like to repeat the order, you can simply hit Repeat Last Order, and you're able to add things to that particular inventory screen right here. It's really a good process for the customer to engage with the restaurant. You're able to compete with those who have these types of software in place already. You're able to connect and get the information from the actual customer and save that in your database, so each time they call, the experience gets a little bit more personal. So for example purposes, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to enter in a new customer. So let's say that is a delivery order, and the person gives you their phone number. And as you can see, this customer is not in the database yet. So what you would do is you'd go down here to Add New Customer, and you would begin to type in the information that you would like to have requested from the customer. Just so you know, we can fully customize this for you. So what that means is whatever questions you would like to ask the customer and prompting them to get their order taken, we can create that for you in these screens. So in this case, we're going to ask for the last name, first name, and then of course confirm that the number is 988-555-1212 and hit OK. The next screen is going to ask for the address. It will then ask for the zip code. We can have it ask for the city if you'd like as well. And then it proceeds to take you to the invoice screen where you can ring up the particular items that would be going on the order. You'll notice up here that the customer's name is presented to you, so you can always see what the customer, what customer you're ringing up the order for. So in John Smith's case, he's called in for delivery. We've manually entered him into the database because he was not an existing customer, and now we're going to proceed to ring up his order. You'll notice here that I ring up the buffalo wings, and I have the option to select the modifiers. No more than 2 for the dipping sauce, for the sauce, and no more than 1 for the dipping sauce. Let's ring up a pizza. 16-inch small, cheese with toppings. On the whole pie, he wants meatballs. On half of the pie, he wants mushrooms, and on the other half, he wants onions. So at this point, if the order is complete, we then would ask the customer if this would be for cash or credit card, tell them the total is $30.21. If it's cash, then you can simply send the order off to the kitchen. If it's going to be credit card, you can go over to the user panel, hit pre-authorization, and then proceed to manually type in the credit card that they're giving you over the phone in order to run the authorization for the card so the driver can take that receipt to get signed. So the order has been sent off to the kitchen, and if you look down here, we're going to go ahead and go into the delivery panel. Anytime an order is called in and it is associated as a delivery order, it will automatically show up in your delivery dispatch center. So now what we'll do is we'll kind of transfer over here to the delivery dispatch so that you can see how this works good for your establishment in terms of a very smooth and streamlined delivery operation. So we just took the order for John Smith. We put his address at 1100 Oakland Park, and you'll notice here that it says Zone 1. With our software, we're able to break up your areas in zones per your specs, and we can also add a zone delivery fee, a typical delivery fee, whatever you would like to do to build it into that delivery order. So in this case, you'll also notice that I have 2 drivers that are clocked in. At this time, I'm able to assign a driver to this particular order. This is where your operational procedure comes in and it flows a little smoother. So I have the choice of choosing driver 1 or driver 2. I'm going to go ahead and choose driver 1. I'm then going to choose this order and assign driver 1 to this order. You'll notice here now that it says the driver's name here. It tells you the customer's name, the address, the zone, and the employee that took the order, the check number, and the total for the entire order that's due. At this time, it also tells you that the driver is in. If the driver is out, then they would simply go to the dispatch center and toggle in and toggle out. Operationally, you have some options here. You can have a specific POS that is just set up for the drivers to come to this screen, or you can have someone managing this, and they can assign this to the drivers and close them in and out. So for this purpose, for this example, I'm going to go ahead and assign this driver as I did, and then I'm going to say that this driver took the order out. So we will toggle that driver out. This will tell you how long they've been out on the order. So later when you run a driver's report, which I will show you here in a second, you're able to see all the statistics that tie to that driver per order so that you're able to monitor what your drivers are doing and be more efficient in how you're running your operation in terms of getting those orders out quicker to the customer and making sure that you have a satisfied customer that will return. So let's say that this driver 1 has come back. They've gotten the receipt signed or they brought the cash back. You can simply go into current sale, choose which order you're closing out, hit OK. And then at this time, hit settle check. And if it were credit card on file because you ran that authorization, you could simply close it out with the credit card. Or if they gave you cash, you could simply enter in the amount that they gave you, which in most cases, the driver is going to zero it out with the cash. So now this particular order is off the screen. This driver is back. So what you would do is toggle them back in. And now you have a clean slate to start over with your drivers that are on staff and inside the building. A couple of other pointers that I'm going to show you here within the delivery panel would be the fact that you have the ability to run a driver's report. This is a great tool for you guys, again, to monitor what your drivers are doing. So let's go ahead and do that here today. Let's say you wanted to run the report for the driver today. You could then see here everything that they've done to include the total amounts they've taken in, any tips that they've entered if they have that ability to do so, any zone charge totals that they've collected. Pretty much any statistic that you can imagine for that driver will be tied to this driver report. You can print this at the register, and this can tie into whatever bank that you're turning in, or if you're zeroing that driver out to go home for the evening. One thing that I'd like to point out to you guys is that when we are going in and taking a delivery order, let's go back to that screen. There are a couple pieces of information that you can put into the system that you can later extract for other reasons, such as marketing to email addresses. If you guys want to do some type of loyalty program, if you'd like to do some type of birthday program, you're able to. So what I'll do right now is we'll go ahead and enter in another order through delivery. In this case, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll type in the order. Type in the phone number. We're going to go ahead and pull up Sally Green again. We're going to go into More. And you'll see here that you're able to see her amount purchased to date. If she has some type of meal club program that you've set up, it will show you that here. You're also able to get her email address if you wanted to prompt that in the beginning. And then you can also set up birthday clubs, any frequent diner programs that you would like to set up, which we will help you with. And also you can do have their credit card information on file. So if it is a corporate account or maybe you're doing a large catering order that's called in, you can absolutely store their information on file in which you can then charge their card when the order is placed. Another feature that I'm going to show you is when we're entering a new person, or if you have an existing customer, when you get the address, there are some additional features within the delivery dispatch center that I'm going to show you now. So let's go ahead and enter in a new person. We'll go ahead and add a new customer. This is for delivery. Confirm the phone number. And then we'll go ahead and enter that street address again. Again, we can have it ask for the city if you would prefer that, as well as the zip code. And now we'll bring up James Smith's order. Let's go ahead and ring up some stuff here. You tell him that his total is $22.15. He's going to pay cash on delivery, so you send that order off to the kitchen to get prepared. And then let's go on over into the delivery dispatch center. Once again, to recap, we will go ahead and assign a driver to this particular order. We're going to select driver 1, select this order, assign a driver, and then let's just say that the driver does not know how to get to James Smith's house. With our software, you have a couple of options as well in terms of how you will get directions to your drivers. We have a function that will allow you to print the directions out on the actual receipt for the driver, or if this dispatch center is placed somewhere that they can access, they're more than welcome to highlight the order, go into Google Maps. It will ask them to select the order again, and if they hit OK, it will take them to an external site, but it will allow them to see where they're starting and where they're going to end up. So at least they can get a visual. So you have those options here that tie into that dispatch center. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And now your screen is clear. We wanted to just give you a few options here within the Delivery Dispatch Center to show you that you're more than welcome to utilize it to help streamline your operation. You're able to connect with the customer and seeing what they ordered last, which also goes back 10 orders. And you're also able to control the data that you're capturing for that customer so you can later market to that particular individual. Not to mention, within the Delivery Dispatch Center, you're able to monitor your drivers. You're able to streamline your operation a little better, provide better information for the drivers in terms of where they're delivering, and overall just manage a better operating system for your delivery restaurant. We'd love to schedule a more in-depth demo so we can answer your questions individually and get into more detail. So please feel free to give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to schedule that online demo for you at any time. Thank you.